Um, my story comes from about 9 months ago, last spring. I was at home. I live on a farm, and it was a spring day, so it was just starting to get warm. You know, when everyone's really excited about how it gets warm. The snow had melted, and the grass was still like someone had been sleeping on it. It's all matted down. And when it's springtime, a lot of people get frisky. Not necessarily people, but animals. And living on a farm, you know, you can witness that. This was a very calm day, very quiet. It was wonderful. I don't have many of those. I had one kid off at preschool, and my youngest was with my husband. I had the house to myself. Of course, I had things to do. I had to make cookies. So I was baking cookies. So I'm in the kitchen and mixing up cookies, working away. I look out my kitchen window, and I see something looks kind of odd out in the grass. You can really notice it when the grass is all matted down after spring. And looks kind of funny. So I get the binoculars out. I'm not going to go out there and look. I get the binoculars out, and I look closer, and I'm like, good God, that looks like a whole bunch of snakes. No, it can't be. I usually don't see snakes in my yard. So I look again, and I think it's snakes. I think there's a whole bunch of snakes. And so, you know, sure enough, the one day, nobody is home. Nobody's over at the farm. Nobody's around, you know, for me to tell about this. Not even my father-in-law. So I text my husband, and I said, where are you? And he texts back, on my way to Fargo. When will you be home? Oh, not for a while, you know. I'm not gonna be. I go, there are snakes in the yard. He says, okay, we'll go kill them. I said, no, there's no way I can kill snakes. That's not in my job description. And so I called over to see if my father-in-law was home. He was gone. I said, well, I can't do this. So eventually I called my father. My father is the rural mail carrier. And he delivers my mail. So he was off on his route for that day. And so I called him on his cell phone, which I never do. Every time he gets a call on his cell phone when he's driving on his mail route, which nobody ever calls, I think he practically goes into the ditch. It scares him half to death to hear that ring. I called him and I said, where are you? He's like, well, I'm on the other side of whatever. When are you going to be here? Oh, not for a couple hours. I'm like, oh my God. I said, well, I got some snakes in the yard. He's like, well, go, you know, take care of it. I said, I can't do that. He says, your 90-year-old grandmother kills snakes. He says, what is wrong with you? You get out there and you take care of those snakes. I said, okay, all right. So I hemmed and hawed about this, and I kept watching these snakes out my kitchen window, and I had to finish my cookies first. So we had to mix those up, and I'm watching, and pretty soon I was going to have to go pick up my son from preschool too. And so I thought, nobody's coming to help me. And have you ever seen that show where animals take over homes? Bats, snakes do take over homes. And I'm not an aggressive person, but that's all I could think about. Snakes taking over homes. Like literally I was thinking, where would we move? Like, where, you know, we live on a farm, we work right there, but maybe we could move there, you know. So that's my mentality here, is that nobody's coming to help me. And my husband texted me back and he said, you must kill them now or they will make babies. Which was exactly what they were doing. There must have been, you know, this whole big mass of snakes. It was 8. It was 8 snakes, but I don't care. It was a huge mass of snakes. And so I finally realized, I finished my cookies and I came to that point where I was like, I'm going to have to take care of this. I have to pick up my son in half an hour. I have to go take care of these snakes. It's got to happen now. So I get out to the garage. I can't find any hoe. I can't find anything to take care of these snakes. But my sons have these tiny little shovels. And so they're called razor sharp shovels. I got them for them so they could dig in the dirt, you know. But they are that big. So that means I don't have much distance between me or a snake. But I got 2 of them. So I go to the garage, I get 2 of these snakes, and I sneak up on them. So we go over, and they don't care what I'm doing. They don't pay any attention to me. They are going about their business. They are mating, rolling, whatever they're doing. They don't even see me. So like I said, I've never done this before. So I go up, and there's like this huge rush of adrenaline before you do anything for the first time. Like there's just this surge of, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is so wrong. How am I even here? How does it get to this place, this point? And so I go out there and we just grab a couple. So I had a couple down and then a couple more, and then these shovels aren't so razor sharp. So I'm just holding them there. And it's kind of like just the waiting game. We're going to wait this out. We're going to see what happens here. So long story short, so we get a couple here, we get a couple there. My arms feel like they're ready to fall off because I am just amped. I am just tense. I am just, and then, so we get a couple of those, and then one of them gets away, and I chase it down because no one is getting away at this point. We're getting all of them. So we run the next one down. We get that one. I did lose one, but it was time to go pick up my son. So I go drive. I pick up my son from preschool, and I got to tell all these preschool moms, I'm like, oh my gosh, do you know what I just did? I just killed 7 snakes. I just went all Scarface on 7 snakes in my yard. And I said, the world is mine and everything in it. So they're like, that's great. So I get home, and I'm really excited because I think my husband's going to be really proud of me, right? It's like when a cat brings a mouse to your door, right? And I had gotten these snakes, and I had picked them up and put them in a garbage can because I didn't know what to do with them because they weren't quite dead. And I didn't want them to get away back down the hole. So pick them up, put them in the garbage can. He comes home, and he's like, God, snakes stink. Why did you put them in a garbage can? Now that garbage can is going to stink. And I said, well, you're welcome. So, long story short, I guess, I have impressed my sons. They think I'm great. Made my grandma proud. And I arrogantly like to think that I set the standard for a real housewife of North Dakota.